This is a continuation of the Hyosung Sense from 2001 that I bought on the auction site Tradera. I got it pretty cheap. I won't disclose the price, but it was pretty cheap. It was said in the ad that it had new tires and that the battery was fresh, but it was hard to get it running right. But it did run, the seller said. So anyway, I went to Surahammar here in Sweden to pick it up. You can see the tires are fresh. There was no fuel in the tank, so I didn't need to empty that. Didn't know why it was empty, because he said he had run it in the summer, but it was not running well. So this is episode 4 in this series. So I'm thinking gonna grease up the steering stem bearing. So I removed, got a bolt there, goes through here, and you fasten it like this. It's that type, it's not the GY6 type, it's another type. So just gonna have to hammer this loose. It was really hard, try with a poly grip, and couldn't get it off. So just gonna hammer it away, and then this is easy. This is the one you control the tightness of the bearing, and it shouldn't be too tight and it shouldn't be too loose. Using one of these, I think we'll start with a small one, maybe this one. There it's loose. The threads are nice. Then this was just like, just pretty loose, you know. Got a washer here also. Gonna remove that and put some oil on it just to make sure it runs smooth. And you can see the bearing. Does not drop any. They're stuck, some of them are stuck. So it was pretty dry. It's about time to do it. Gonna count the balls, see how many there are before we lose them. It's really easy to lose one. Maybe it's hard to see, but I count them to 22 balls, and you got a space there. That's probably is to get grease between them. Otherwise you might think you would want to fill this up, the space there. But yeah, just gonna clean it a bit and then re-grease it. See the gap there? Pretty dry. Grease has left almost. The ball just has a small mark here. That's it. So good job, Hyosung. Not too tight and not too loose. This is pretty good for after 15,000 kilometers. And I put a lot of grease there to keep the balls in place, and now I use this mousse too. Now I can pull the wheel out, but then there are gonna be balls falling all over the place because we got a bearing down there also, and it can be a hassle to find all the balls. So we'll see how it goes, but it's gonna be trouble, I think. I have extra balls, fortunately, and we think there are 22 in the lower bearing too also. Need to remove the front wheel also, because the cable is too short and I can't pull it out far enough, so have to loosen this. Yeah, I'll get back when I get it off. So I had to use this 14mm to get that off, and then also release that bolt holding this one, just to get the cables loose, and then unhook it here from this one, and now should maybe be able to pull it out. I need both hands, gonna push it out and see what comes. I'm lifting here a bit, pushing. And there we go. It's a bit stuck in the disc brake. Just wiggle it out maybe. Like that. And the bolts are falling. Now I just pull this out. Yeah, you can see some of the bolts down there, up there, and they keep falling, so I have to count them. It's gonna be some trouble getting it back, I think. So it's gonna clean up here and then try to get the bolts to stick, or maybe I put them down here, try to get them to stick, and try to push it back up. And see if they're still left here. Most of them at least. Yeah, it's not so easy work. Anyway, I've cleaned it up a bit. Looking better. I'm gonna start putting the balls up there with a lot of grease, and hopefully it will stay there. But I found 25 now. 25 balls. And I wonder if someone has slipped away from here anyway. They're the same size. So I'll cram 23 or 24 up here, and then we'll see. It's a bit strange, of course. Don't know how many it should be. Okay, so I have should be 25 on the lower and 22 on the upper bearing. So now I've managed to put them all on the lower one, and just gonna push it up. It's been pretty hard actually to get them all in place, but now we're on the road, so I'm gonna try to push it back up and put the nut back here. Yeah, feels good. So while I push it up, I screw this on, and now it turns really nice, and it's just gotta just feel it right. It shouldn't be any sort of gotta feel it right. It's hard to do. You get used to it, but bearings should never be too tight and not too loose. Should just be between the middle ground, the golden principle, or whatever you say, the middle way, Aristoteles. So I put the washer here between, and then the lock nut. And I'm just fiddling around, getting the right tension. And this is how it should sound according to me. Not like that. I need both hands. Listen, this is hope you can see. just a tiny bit, and smooth like this. That's perfect, according to me. Also remember, put the cables back. It goes back to the front headlight, and it was a buntband, we say in Sweden. And next we put back the front wheel, clean it up a bit. It's a tiny bearing there, sealed one, and we got a 3-bolt brake disc. So clean it up a bit and put it back. We got a small 10mm axle there. It's 12mm on the bigger GY6 normally. Found the brand on the shocks. Dae Sung. And I think the brakes seems... Shouldn't this be moving, or is it just a simple brake? I don't know. I think the whole... this should be able to move here, but it feels pretty stuck. Have to go through that in the summer. And wheel is back. Gotta get this behind here, and then yeah, rolled pretty nice now, but need to go through this in the summer. What is it now? Need a lot of starts. It's high idle. Okay, time to test it. Okay, so it died on me. So it's a bit strange. It dies after a while. Have to give a lot of throttle. And then we have idle for a while. And then it just dies sometimes. Like now. It would have died. Ah, strange. But at least it's running. Then it takes a while before the light comes on. It's strange. Just turn it on. Some electrical problem. Now it's running okay. Nope. Take it for a spin. Probably the needle is wrong. Something wrong with the... It runs well when it's up to speed, but... So that is it for this series, for this Hyosung series. Obviously there's something wrong with the carburetor. You can see it gets a lot of crap in here. It's too short. That's not good. But if I change the needle to the one that comes with the carburetor, it probably goes well. So it's probably something with the needle, or I might have to change the pilot jet to a smaller one or something like that. But yeah, I'm happy with this, and I end the series here. I'm gonna put back the sideboards, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Check out my other videos. I'm buying cheap ones and fixing them up. There are lots of other videos, scooter videos, for example. Sideboards are mounted. The kick I leave, I don't mount it. Makes it easy to steal. So just gonna remove the battery when I put it away and so on. That makes it a bit harder for them to steal. Often they just try to start it first, and then they take the lock and so on, so they can just drive it away. Also this side, but I need to fix something with the fender there. It just messes, really dirty now. It's raining outside. Winter came and it was cold, and I let it sit. Let it wait for spring for warmer days. Here warmer days have arrived, and I start looking at the carburetor again. Something with the carburetor. Remove the airbox here, and I'm gonna replace the throttle well with the one that came with the carburetor. I don't think it's that problem, but it did run bad on idle, so we'll see. You can see the difference. Goes further down, and I think there's some different shape in the bottom there. It's hard to see on the camera, but it goes further down, and I don't think I might be the position there. So the throttle has been changed. This is the new one. I keep the old one here, even though I have a new one. I won't bother with changing it. See if it runs better. The throttle valve is changed, replaced. Let's see if we can get it to start. Yeah, almost. Yeah. Let it settle in. Oh, very low. Still. Need lots of throttle. Let's take it for a spin. Still dies. So we still had problems getting it started, hard to start, and I decided to check the ignition plug, and it looked okay. Nice color, I believe, even though I run it a bit rich on oil. So next I wanted to check for compression. What's the compression? Let's see. Full throttle. So that explains why it runs so bad. This is really bad, but it runs, but it's hard to start. Normally I would say about 100 psi is what you need for a good engine, or at least 100 psi. A really good one is like 130 or something. Hardly, yeah, 60 psi. So do I replace the piston, or do I have to replace the cylinder? We'll see. Have to check this out sooner or later. During the summer of 2024, I ran it with this low psi, 60 psi, as I said earlier. It was hard to start, but it was running good when it was running. Could be a bit hesitating sometimes when it was cold until it got warm. So I managed to put about 1200 kilometers during the summer with this bad compression. If it's the piston rings or if it's a scratch in the cylinder, I don't know. Here I'm getting oil for another for a car, and you can see it can take a lot of load, so that's nice. Yeah, I like it.
Choppers, better cook those risks. Cool, but in my fists, we fire starters. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always in the field and then I won't deny that work. Never could toss. Look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, guys.
Can't look you in the face.